Hey everyone, for this video I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different kinds of candied nuts. These are the perfect treat for you and your family this holiday season, and they're so easy to make. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first kind of nut we are going to make are candied pecans. So to start off, we will pour a 1/4 cup of light corn syrup into a pot. To that we'll add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of butter. Then just melt it over medium-high heat until everything is combined and it starts to boil. Now it's time to add our nuts. So go ahead and pour in around 3 cups of pecans and stir to evenly coat. Then just pour them out onto a baking tray that has been lined with aluminum foil. Trust me, the foil is absolutely necessary if you ever want to use that baking tray again. Then we will just pop these into a 300-degree oven for around a half an hour or until the sugar reaches a nice amber color. Then pull it out and stir the nuts around a bit to help separate them and let it completely cool. Once the nuts have cooled, the sugar mixture should harden and create a delicious shell around the nuts, at which point the nuts are ready to be removed from the tray and served. The next nut we will make are candied walnuts. So begin by placing 3 cups of walnuts into a pot. To that, add around a 1/3 cup of freshly brewed coffee, or if you don't like coffee, you can just use water. You can also add around a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1 cinnamon stick. Then just mix everything up and bring it to a boil before lowering the heat and placing on the lid to simmer for around 10 minutes. Once the simmering is done and most of the liquid on the bottom of the pot has evaporated, remove the cinnamon stick and add 2 tablespoons of honey and 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds. I got the idea to add sesame seeds to the walnuts from Ted Teo, and he says that they will add a nice nutty flavor to the walnuts. I'll link his video in the description below if you want to check it out. Once everything has been mixed, go ahead and pour out your mixture onto another baking tray and bake at 300 for around 20 to 25 minutes before removing and letting the nuts completely cool. This is me pretending that this is not a completely different baking tray and that I didn't burn the first batch and this is a secret second batch. It's okay, we don't have to talk about it. Anyway, I think that the honey in this one provides a slightly different sweet flavor to the nuts that is really complemented by the sesame seeds and the walnuts. Now it's time for my absolute favorite candy nut, candied almonds. So for this one, we'll start by pouring 2 egg whites into a large bowl and whipping them until they are nice and frothy. To our egg whites, we can add a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, a half cup of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and a half teaspoon of salt. Mix thoroughly until it forms a thick paste before adding around 3 cups of almonds. Stir to coat everything evenly before pouring out the almonds onto a baking tray. Try to spread the nuts out as thin as possible to help it dry faster and to keep the nuts from sticking together. Then just bake at 300 for around 45 minutes or until mostly dry, stirring them every 15 minutes to evenly dry the nuts and to separate them. Then all that's left is to let them completely cool, remove them from the tray, and serve them. And with that, we have just finished our candied nuts. So let's take a look at that now, shall we? Today we made 3 different kinds of candied nuts. Each nut had its own unique flavor and cooking process, but I have to say that my absolute favorite of the 3 has to be the candied almonds. The cinnamon and nutmeg came through beautifully, and the egg whites helped to create a great crunchy shell on the outside that was super fun to eat. With that being said, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and consider sharing it with your friends. As always, I have all the measurements and ingredients in the description box below, and if you end up trying any of these recipes, let me know how it goes. Otherwise, stay tuned and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye! So without further ado, let's get started. Oh no, I missed it.